Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about Yashahime, Princess Half Demon, Season 2, Episode 3. And this season has not been disappointing so far. I have definitely enjoyed every episode. I am already liking this season more so than the first season. And that's kind of saying something. Or maybe not, because there was a lot of hate for me towards that first season. So a lot of things going on in this episode. We get some info about Rin, about the Silver Scale Curse. We get to see Zero again, see all the Seven Pearls again. Riku shows up, Sesshomaru shows up. Bokusen? We get to see some magical tree dude, Mount Mashubi, Dream Butterfly, all sorts of crazy stuff going on. So I think the best part is to probably just start with the beginning and then kind of go through there. So the beginning of this, we see Zero. She is not happy with the half demons. She actually ends up showing up to where Rin is, basically saying, tell me where your daughters are. I'm not going to kill you. I just want to kill your daughters. Which is pretty messed up either way, no matter what way you look at that. And she ends up cursing her with this grayscale that ends up on her neck. And basically what happens with it is it'll slowly spread and slowly kill her. Over time, she'll turn into a giant grayscale monster. Silver scale, I should say. If you're familiar with Game of Thrones, there was a disease very similar, also called grayscale, which pretty much did the same thing. It turns you insane. Technically, you are a human, but you go crazy, you turn into this giant scaly thing, which was going to happen to Rin. And Sesshomaru shows up and tries to stop her, but the link has already happened. So Zero and Rin are linked, so if Zero dies, Rin dies as well, and I think vice versa. If Rin dies, so does Zero. Zero at this point doesn't really care about her life anyway, because obviously the Great Dog Demon did not choose her. She is still pretty petty about that, unfortunately. And she just kind of disappears. And she was like, if you tell me where your daughters are, I'll undo the curse. And then she's like, I'll give you some time to think about it. So then she just kind of disappears. So what happens is Sesshomaru and his little green goblin demon guy, whose name I keep forgetting most of the time, they decide to put Rin in the Tree of Ages in order to, suspend her in time, so that way they get some time to figure out how they can stop the Silver Scale from killing her. However, it doesn't fully work. We actually learn from the Tree of Ages that they have to use the Dream Butterfly on somebody close to Rin, so that way she can take their sleep, take their dreams, so that way she is suspended in time. So Rin is 18 right now in the tree. She is not aging at all in the tree. She's basically suspended in time with nothing going on. So that'll be kind of interesting, because when she does get released, she's not going to be older. She's only going to be 4 years older or so than her daughters. I'm assuming she had them right around 18. We don't really know the exact age that she had them, somewhere in that time frame. So that was kind of interesting how that whole situation panned out. So what the little green goblin guy does is he takes the Dream Butterfly, puts it on Setsuna, because he cannot find Toa. We found out that the Tree of Ages said, I set Toa to modern times, don't have to worry about her. So he took the Dream Butterfly from the Tree of Ages, put it on Setsuna, so that way Rin could be, fine. And it doesn't really affect Setsuna too bad. I mean, yes, she lost some of her memories, and yes, she cannot sleep still. But I don't know if it went away or not, because I think it's more present now, because I think since technically she died, I'm assuming the Dream Butterfly kind of disappeared as well when she initially died. But we don't fully know that yet. I think she has all of her memories back, but we don't know, which would mean that, time is very present. We need to get Rin taken care of fairly quickly, or there is going to be some sort of issue. So meanwhile, while all of that went on, we get to see Riku. And actually, we find out that Riku was made out of one of the horns from Kirinmaru. What happened is the Great Dog Demon a while back and him got in a fight, cut off one of his horns, and then he used that horn to make a person, Riku. We learned that from Zero. And because they are connected, Kirin knows everything that Riku knows. So at this point in time, now that he captured all of the Rainbow Pearls for Zero again, she has all of them. Zero says, I can never see you again, never show your face around me again, because she is planning against her brother. So who knows what she's doing. She has kind of become the main villain of this season at the very least. We don't know if there's going to be any anticipation with Kirin in this season or not. We don't even know how many episodes we're getting. As I said, minimum 12. So we still have plenty of episodes left, 9 episodes left at the very least. So she ends up, putting each individual pearl in her eye. And it's actually kind of funny because the users for each pearl, when somebody gets a hold of it, she gets their memories. So one of the 4 perils that was killed last season, she sees his memories. She sees Kaigomi and Inuyasha in the red pearl, that Mora had. And then she sees all of the memories that Toa had, Setsuna had with those pearls, so on and so forth. So she actually did not infuse herself back with the pearls with her full powers. So she does not have her full powers back yet at this present moment. But I'm sure she'll get over it at some point in time. Nobody really knows. So meanwhile, while all of that's happening, which is like the first half of the episode or so, we got Mora, Setsuna, and Toa all going after this route to make Setsuna's sword, where they can infuse it with demon energy. We learned that Kirin is actually afraid of it. Bokensun, if I'm saying his name correctly, thumbnail. He is like this kind of crazy tree, 2,000-year-old spirit, and he literally knows everything. So we learn that the route they're looking for is on Mount Masubi. The mountain is actually where the dream butterfly and spirits come from as well. There's some sort of barrier, so it's going to be hard for them to get into it. We learn as well. And Mora, my favorite girl, my favorite character probably of the show, she was pretty hilarious. She was like, oh, you're so great, you're so fantastic, you're so beautiful, you're so knowledgeable. The sheaths of powerful swords were made from your branches, your roots. Please, oh great one, tell us where this is. Kind of like really ass kissing it, like really getting deep up there. I thought that was kind of funny, but she knew exactly what she was doing because at the end of the day, she ended up getting all of her knowledge. Toa thanked the tree at the end, and off to Mount Masubi they are going to in order to get the roots. Also, what ends up happening too is very powerful demons show up, who they do end up having one of the Rainbow Pearls, which is why they were very powerful. And Setsuna, for whatever reason, instead of saying, hey, there's demons following us, let's huddle together and take care of them, she's like, no, I got this. I would test out my new blade. I think I'm more powerful. But then Riku ends up showing up to save the day for her, and she was kind of mad that he did that. He doesn't really want him being around. He personally said, oh, I don't really care what you do, so that is what it is. But I'm here to protect Toa, because he is very, very infatuated with Toa. He wants to get it on with Toa, if you will. And he's there to be their bodyguard. I think he's probably stronger than all of them at this point in time. I don't know about when they were fighting Kirin because, since Setsuna died, certain circumstances to make them even more powerful with their anger. But Setsuna, we learn, also has a long way to go to using the full capabilities of her blade. At the moment, from what we learn from Riku, she is unable to currently use the full capabilities of her blade. So I'm sure we'll get to see all of the characters get stronger. So we're not really any closer to doing anything. I think Rin being saved is probably the first thing that we're going to end up seeing on a combination with Toa getting her new sword. But who knows? We'll just have to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. What I think is going to happen is they got to deal with a barrier next episode. They're going to get in there. We got to see some girl sitting on some sort of magical, floaty, glowing orb thing. So not sure if that's like a crazy, powerful demon. Because they said, for a place that's supposed to be full of spirits, there was a lot of demon energy. So my guess is that there's some sort of demon, extremely powerful, up there eating all of the spirits, or something along those lines. We don't know yet. So we'll just have to wait and see. This episode is getting an 8 out of 10. Excellent overall. Definitely kept me on the edge of my seat. I was watching it the entire time, not bored one bit. A lot going on this episode, a lot to break down. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. While you're down there, hit like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when I'm making new videos. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.